Hi, welcome to the Stockinit Zombies. I'm Amy, also known as Janitma.
And I'm Megan, also known as Just Run It, and this is episode 56 of the Stockinit Zombies. Today is November 27th.
Okay, I thought we gave up on the date.
I remember it because this week has a significant date for me. So Thursday's the 29th, my sister's birthday, and
tomorrow's my son's birthday.
Yeah.
It's a big week.
Yeah.
Some very cool people are born this week.
Yeah, I agree. I think I was shooting for your son to be born on my sister's birthday.
You probably could have if I had just, waited for the induction.
Yeah.
One more day. He did not want to come out.
Yeah, I remember that. I was a benefactor of you trying the raspberry leaf tea, and because I got the package.
leftovers.
Yes, and it worked for me. Yes.
But I didn't drink the right amount, I don't think. I just probably drank a cup and went, nah, not for me. But
it wasn't, I didn't drink it for the tastiness.
No. You were trying real hard.
I was, and 2 of my kids were born on their due dates.
Yeah.
So, that was that third guy. He set everything off. But that wasn't on the agenda to talk about today, so maybe it was on yours. Did you have a nice Thanksgiving?
Yep. It was busy. Went to the local yarn shop Black Friday, Day of Thanksgiving giveaway, and I didn't.
So Black Thursday, I believe is what people are calling it now.
Yeah.
Black Thursday.
Thanksgiving Day.
Yeah.
I didn't get a good percentage off, so I didn't buy yarn. I bought stuff. Couldn't leave without buying something.
Mhm.
So
I
will have that.
I did eat Sweet Knit, and I got the first one. I got 15% off on, and then I split my order because it was enough that I could get free shipping if I split it. And the second one I only got 10, so I probably shouldn't have split it. But I was a gambler. I was gambling. And then I went into Omaha and met the amazing Amanda, Sparky Spud.
Oh, okay.
And she's like way more famous than me, so there was like no, there was no like fangirling at all. She was like the president of the Nebraska Knitters Guild and like did all of the Nebraska knitterly stuff. I mean, like every person we ran into at the yarn shop and whatever knew her by name and worshipped the very ground that she walked on. So I felt like I was amongst a knitting celebrity. And we went to Personal Threads, which was a very awesome yarn shop. If you're in the Omaha area, I would highly recommend checking it out. And I got a few things that you'll see in Enabling as well. And I forced her to eat at Runza. It was very funny. We got in the car because we carpooled after we left the tea shop, and after we left Personal Threads, and she was like, well, where do you want to eat? I can go anywhere, let's go eat. And I was like, this is really embarrassing, but I want to go to Runza because we don't have Runzas up here, and they don't have them in Iowa. It's only like a Nebraska, Kansas, maybe Missouri thing.
Okay.
So I forced her to eat there.
I have not eaten there before.
You've never eaten a Runza? Well, they have a retreat in September that I thought would be fun to attend.
Okay.
Go down.
I thought September was off limits.
Well,
we are very busy in September.
We are, but I just figure it's my version of heaven to go be in a cabin and knitting with my friends and go to different states as, gigs.
Yep.
But yes, that was a very fun Thanksgiving. Came back and back to work after being off a certain number of days, and that's always kind of a bummer. And then, as I said, this week so I'm low energy. Amy's been we watched Dancing with the Stars Gangnam Style before we started to try to get the energy up. And just briefly wanted to mention that our hearts go out to the family of Knit Pearl Girl. I got a random active pattern this morning in my inbox, and this is how I found out. And it said, this random active pattern is in memory of Knit Pearl Girl. And I'm like, well, that's in poor taste. It's not in her memory. It's the thing that she does. And then I went out to Plurk and was like, oh my god. It was, yeah, it's unbelievable to me.
I spent 25 minutes, I swear, going back through my Plurk roll,
Mm-hmm.
trying to find the original Plurk
Yeah.
that started all of the other Plurks, because I was in such disbelief. Like, I could not absorb it, and I still haven't really taken it there,
Mm-hmm.
because I just can't.
Yeah.
I mean, she's got small children, and I can't.
Yeah.
So I haven't. And, I feel like I really enjoyed Carrie out on Plurk. She was a great Plurkville citizen. She was almost its mayor.
Mm-hmm.
She was out there so much and giving people great advice, and always
Being
those
positive.
awesome blog posts and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I know that it's very trite and it's not very comforting when you are actually mourning the loss of somebody, but I always, like, especially when I get really down and feel sorry for myself, around, milestones like birthdays that I don't get to celebrate, or the anniversary of her death, or I always tell myself Melissa wouldn't want me to be sad, like Melissa wouldn't want me to be sad. And I know that Carrie wouldn't want us all to be, overwhelmed with sadness either. So, yeah, and I feel like I've just disproportionately been emotional just because it reminds me so much of losing my sister.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was just like out of the blue, right? Like Melissa collapsed, and you're like, oh my god, I mean, and it just reminds me a lot of the situation, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know why, don't, completely sudden. I mean, yeah, totally different podcast, but I feel like, with people dying, there's, two ways to die, really. There's like a very sudden and a very drawn out. And the very drawn out, the person suffers, and the people around them have to watch them suffer, but they get to say their goodbyes, and they get to grieve, with the person, sort of, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the very sudden ones, you don't get to say the goodbyes, and you don't get to, I mean, nobody's really prepared to lose somebody, but in the event of, knowing that it's coming. I guess we should all know that it's coming, ultimately.
Yes.
That's what I get out of it, and I don't think that people believe me when I say that I truly believe I'm not going to live a very, very, very long life, right? I just believe that I have today, and I'm going to hug my kids 50 million times every time I drop them off at daycare, and I'm going to appreciate even, changing poopy diapers, and, I just appreciate every day. So, on that note, thank you for all the random acts of Plurk patterning today.
Yep.
Amy, you had a list of folks. I didn't remember. I'm just not, my head's not in the game today. All the folks that very wonderfully sent me patterns. So thank you very much. You know who you are.
Yep. Well, I will rattle off what I can remember. So I found out about Carrie through Patchwork Bumblebee's generous gift to me of the Walnut Grove. And then I spent my 30 minutes on Plurk or whatever it was, and it was just getting rolling. Everybody was starting to rap all around. It was great. I think that it was an amazing send-up. I think that when these things happen to us, the random active pattern, we just really need to restate who we're thinking about when we do that, and what that means to us, and what it would have meant to her. Mm-hmm. So then next I got one from Four Kitties Have I, thank you, Melanie, and Annette, or Net84, sorry, Annette, gifted me my last in the Knit Pearl Girl trilogy of Pay Patterns. And then people must have realized that those were all bought up on my queue, and I got one from somebody in the UK, or maybe it was Wales, I apologize, but the United Kingdom. it was Jen 1309. Jen something 1309.
Purdy.
Purdy, sorry. Purdy. Thank you. It's Laura, I think. Purdy 1309. Laura, if I got that wrong, I'm sorry. But I definitely think it's Purdy 1309. Gifted me a lovely Yosolda Trig pattern, which is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And then my last one for the day was from Sheep Dreamery. She has an Etsy shop. She's an indie dyer of yarny things.
And she's sending a beautiful colorway for Melissa's, or for the For Good KL.
Oh wow, okay.
So you'll be seeing some of her pretty yarn.
Excellent. And so I got a pattern from her. I think I had the Piper's Journey shawl. So a lot of shawls. Big shawl day for me.
Yeah.
They were
I
all
think it's really, I don't know, if your background is religion, I feel like she gave us a way to deal with her death.
Yeah.
To celebrate her through her bringing up of random act of, bringing about of the random act of Pattern Tuesdays, and then also a way that she'll forever be remembered,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's if you believe in that sort of thing, then I think that everything happens for a reason, and that was the reason.
Well, and I'm not even sure that you really necessarily have to be deeply religious to feel like that was
Mm-hmm.
her gift to the knitting community, and
Mm-hmm.
and how amazing it really is. So
Yep.
okay.
On that note,
yeah,
we have a
Shake
this
it
or
out.
that. Yeah. I don't
We have
think
more
you're gonna
things
get
to talk about.
You're not gonna get much energy from me, but so blown away by the response of our Marigold Jen colorways. Amy's Punky Plum sold out in less than 24 hours, I believe. It went quickly, needless to say. And then I've had a couple of skeins of the Apple of Megan's Eye kind of lingering around, and I believe the worst is gone now, and the BFL has one lonely skein.
Yeah.
And you'll see in my finished objects, they make terrific socks. So if you're at all interested, you should grab that one lonely skein. And again, that is for a March, April, January, February. We always do 2 months. March, April, KAL next year.
Yes.
Super excited about it. So glad that people jumped on board. It was like 140 skeins. Whoosh!
Yep.
And, in the future when we go to an indie dyer and say, we'd be interested in trying to do sweaters quantity of stuff, we'll have that to mention, right?
Yeah.
So your response was awesome. We're super excited to be, and that's only the ones that I know how to spy on and figure out, right? I don't know how many of you used the 10% coupon and bought a colorway that you liked better than ours.
Yeah.
So super excited for her and for her shop and for us, because we're all going to be knitting wonderful things.
Yep.
And I have 3 months here now to figure out what I'm actually going to be knitting. I ended up getting the opposite of what she got. So you got the apple in worsted,
Mm-hmm.
and the Punky Plum in BFL, in both in sweaters quantities, and then I got that flip flops. So I got the Punky Plum in worsted and the apple in BFL. So woot woot.
Yes.
Next up on my list, I have our dis or dat.
Yep.
And we did this because we're at 15 minutes already, so we will announce them briefly. We had 133 folks enter, and so 2 numbers of between 2 and 133 were 12 and 48. Oh, and we didn't announce Amy's one. I mean, that's just for granted, right? Because hers always win. Sells out her yarn first. Her patterns always win.
Not true.
So yes, the Georgie Hallam, Sorello, and Fratello got 118 votes, and the Undina and Lear by Elena Nodal got 47. So you got like way more than
Well,
double mine. Anyway, number 12 is the amazing Tie-Dyed Mama, and she said, I voted for the Undina and Lear. So cute. Love the dress version.
there you go.
So please contact me, Tie-Dyed Mama, and I shall be delving out your pattern. And it was 12, right? And 48. I need to go to the next page. Lots of early love. Psychic Science random number generator this time. And number 48 is Who Needs Gauge, who voted for Sorello and Fratello. My daughter likes short sleeves better, and I like the look of Fratello better for a boy, although the bell sleeves and cable on the Undina sweater are cute. So you can contact me as well on Who Needs Gauge, and I will send out that pattern love. Thank you all again for voting.
Out in the show notes, we're going to have an Elena Nodal coupon code for the Back to Sea book. So the ebook that has that sweater combo in it, it also has pants, a skirt, another sweater combo, so another boy-girl sweater combo, and a hat and a scarf. All have that nautical cable-y motif going through them. The skirt is adorable. So, and that'll be 20% off.
Awesome.
And I don't remember the coupon code, so that's why I'm saying look at the show notes. I don't have it off the top of my head. I'm sure it's something like zombie or, like, I don't know.
So we know who these crazy people are.
But yes, thank you so much to Elena and her moderator, because her moderator was the one who, did all of the paperwork for it.
Awesome.
And we are set
ultimately the person that you nagged then?
No, it wasn't actually.
Oh, okay.
I think Jan Harvey is the username of her moderator, or one of her moderators, and she handles a lot of the business with her, and I'm not sure if she's just a really great friend who helps out or somebody who gets paid.
Okay.
But she was very helpful to us, and we have a coupon code now, so huzzah.
All right.
Woo-hoo.
Prize parade for our Crazy KAL first. Had some
Yay.
people contact me. So Marissa 1313 worked really hard over her Thanksgiving break and was sewing up a storm of Girl Cape bags. If you can see the little cute button there. And this is a crazy zombie squirrel. It's actually, the squirrels are zombified. And if you eat it, then it becomes a zombie squirrel. What else is in here? I am donating some gnome makers in the Punky Gnomester colorway, the Crazy KL. And then the amazing Rose of Cakewalk Yarns contacted me about sending a prize for the Crazy KAL, because this yarn is indeed crazy, and she is indeed crazy because she tried to hide her dyeing business in her basement from her husband. So I got to hear that fun story. And this is Peppermint Bark, which I think is a very apt name for this very lovely splatter-dyed skein. And that is for the Crazy KAL. And that is what we've got thus and far. For the For Good KAL, I'm sorry if there's any cat fighting noises. They're cat fighting. They're fighting over here on the floor. We have 10 prizes for the For Good KAL. Yeah. Knit and Wolf contacted me about a gift certificate to Wolf Farms. Awesome. And also is extending our zombie coupon there for 10% off. So if you haven't gotten your Christmas presents in their Cyber Monday sale, you can still get that discount through our code. She said they had a run on dirt. Color or scented stuff, yes, because we went on and on about it, which I thought
our
was
ability to sell dirt.
Well, it wasn't selling; it was just saying that it wasn't as like weird, probably, as people thought.
Right,
She said
exactly.
I don't know, it reminds me of my playing in my grandma's garden.
Yeah, gardening.
Yeah.
Definitely, for sure.
Who else? Sheep Dreamery is sending a blue and green beautiful skein. The picture's up in the thread. GI Pump Jen of 716 Knits sent this.
Ooh, fun.
Yes, if it's true about hiking, ergo, it must be true about life. So it's got some beautiful pops of blue and green, and this was my reskeining attempt. I bought a duplicate skein for myself because I couldn't have something that was dyed specifically for my sister. It smells like avocado.
Yeah, go unpurchased, right?
Yes, I like, must have one because if I have to send it out, I'm going to be forever sad. So very, very, the generosity of folks is just unbelievable to me. There was a good cat fight noise. And yeah, it's just fantastic. There's still stuff that hasn't been added. I have stuff that hasn't arrived yet, and so I'll add it when it does arrive. Well, at least it's not blowing out their ears. The cats are fighting on the floor. The fantastic Bella Socks, Aileen, sent me 2 self-striping beauties.
Oh, wow.
This is Summer Breeze by Twisted Limon. Pretty, yes. And this is Demon Hype, which is a self-striping in, I thought of you.
You and I colors.
You and I colors. University of Northern Iowa colors in 716 self-striping. Lots of self-stripy goodness. And then Joanna Spring, as I mentioned last week, sent some beautiful heart markers, stitch markers. Yes. So yes, if you bought the pattern, which a lot of people have, I have over $1,100 that I will be donating to the National Women's Health Network. Huzzah!
Yay.
The generosity and wonderfulness of knitters is, I don't even think people can understand. I mentioned over Thanksgiving to my parents that I would be donating that amount in Melissa's name to the National Women's Health Network, and I think their minds were like blown. Like, people actually are going to buy this pattern and knit it? And, so yeah, $1,100 is nothing to scoff at. I feel like we're going to be making some a big difference, which is awesome. And yeah, beyond awesome, beyond my wildest imagination. I would have been happy with just a few, but if you bought the pattern, like I said, go out and knit it, because I get 10 prizes to give away and still more coming. So, and I'm thinking of, if there's more, there's not like at least 20 entrants for those 10 prizes, might extend it into January just a little bit. Okay. Don't count on it. Don't get lazy, right? I haven't officially announced it's going out into January. And then I Rock Knits rocked my world on the day I was traveling before Thanksgiving. She gifted like 20 million patterns. It was fantastic. I was like, it put a smile on my face, Corey. You definitely rock. So she said that she was just flipping her name. Corey Knits was already taken, so she flipped it to I Rock Knits, but I think it really is because she rocks. Yeah. Agreed. True story. All right.
It's one of those few people out there that we've met in person.
Mm-hmm. And then Girl Cave Bags is going to be donating one for the For Good KAL as well. But, you know, I'm just taking up all of her time, so. All right, last but certainly not least, in Administrati. We have...
Making fun of me again.
Yes. I have 2.
I have mine.
I wonder why I have 2. So, I didn't know if you guys were aware of this or not, but Amy and I, most of the time, unless we say, look, Cakewalk Yarns gave us yarn, we pay for things and then we try to get you things for free to give away. And so Amy and I both bought the pre-order of Annie and the Swiss Cheese Scarf by Elena Dacos Or
I left my box at
That's
home.
Discos?
I just have the book.
Yeah, my daughter is like itching to get at this puzzle, which I would not let her play with yet. And the paper dolls are in this. So this is the deluxe package, which is what we'll be having a drawing for. But it's got paper dolls, and then there's some really cute stickers as well. So I pre-ordered this and got this in the mail. Amy did as well. And then Elena very graciously gave us a copy to give away. I want to get it out before Christmas. So I'm thinking like 3 weeks from now. And I want to get lots of people signed up for the giveaway to show her our love. And to enter, you can, I would like you to say what little, who's your favorite little girl that you give this to for Christmas, basically. So, there's that. But then we wanted to talk about the actual book, which is super duper cute.
Yes.
And you said your daughter wants to read often.
Yes, we've read it twice already since I got it. And then I stuck it in my bag, and she's like, Mom, where's my book? Where's my book? And I'm like, well, I had to put it in there so I'd remember to bring it. And this was on the weekend. And she's like, okay, when do I get it? And I said, well, sometime after Justin's birthday. So I knew that I'd have a day, to play with on that. And, yeah, so she's very excited for it. She loves it.
It is super duper fun. My 6-year-old, who's not reading at like a high school level like hers, just a normal like almost 3rd grade level, can read it like almost every single word. She gets off a little bit every once in a while and needs a little help. But ultimately it's the story of a little girl whose mommy knits every night before bed, and the sound of clicking needles puts her to sleep at night. So children much like ours, and nice little pretty blonde girls like ours.
Yes.
And she wants to learn to knit, and she doesn't succeed at first, but she learns. I didn't learn as a little kid, so I didn't learn the in through the front door, once around the back, peek through the window, and off jumps Jack. Did you learn that way?
No, I've heard off jumps Jack before, but I didn't connect it.
So she gives up, but then there's a talent show, and she wants to have a talent, and so it's a story of perseverance. It's a story of patience, and not doing everything. I don't know. I always try to emphasize with my children that if somebody's good at something, it's because they've practiced a lot and they've worked really hard at it. It's not just because they're talented.
Right.
And so this story goes along with that. And then my 3-year-old loves it. And I've noticed this in a lot of children's books lately, and I think it's really cute, because there is a kitty cat and a mouse on every page.
Yes, we went back and we did that.
Yep. Yeah. So, but he doesn't care about the words per se, but like he wants to find that kitty cat and the mouse on each page.
Yep.
And then did you notice? I thought this was super cute.
Okay.
This is her pattern, Wildflowers cardigan.
Oh.
You got with this pre-order the Playful Stripes cardigan. Yep. And then
she wears to school.
Yep, where else? So the mom wears the Wildflowers, she wears the Playful Stripes, and then wherever she's seen wearing longies, she has a leg warmies pattern.
Oh, yes.
I was like, if I wrote a children's book, I would want my patterns scattered throughout it as well, like you with your toys, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And have a little confetti sitting here, and so a weeb.
So I'm going to show,
I've talked too much, sorry.
I'm just going to show like 2 of my favorites, and so it kind of made me sort of weepy because it's like mommy and me and mommy, it's like, oh my god, and hopefully this is us someday. But this reminded me, so it says, from the time she was a baby, she always had something special hand knit from mommy. So you go, baby, little toddler, and growing up. Oh, it's so cute. I love that illustration so much. And then at the knitting on the couch together.
Yeah. It's almost like you could take, if she sold, like I would love to have like that as a piece of art.
I know.
Me and my daughter sitting together. And at the end, she teaches her friends how to knit. I think that was super cute as well. So Ellie has always been very proud. My daughter's always been very proud that she can knit and other people can't. And like, Grandma doesn't know how to knit, and I'm younger than her, and I know how to knit.
True.
So I was very curious to whether or not your daughters would started inquiring about whether or not you would teach her to knit after reading the book.
She has a scarf, and her patience isn't right level yet.
Mm-hmm.
She's still 4, going to be 5 soon. We've sat down on 3 occasions. One time I got through half a row of her sitting on my lap, and it was a 10-stitch row, so 5 stitches before she was up and she was wandering around and she didn't care anymore. And then I think that I got through a row and a half the last time we tried, where we actually flipped it and we finished the next row. But I gave her her own little box bag, one of my many bags, and it's got a purple yarn in it, and 2 little straight needles that have like kitty cat heads on the back. I forget who sells those, but they're like one's a different color, so you can kind of teach them or say the orange stick instead of right and left. And I know that right and left should be intuitive, but
to a 4-year-old,
sometimes
that's just another learning
it's
gap,
just
right? Yeah,
it's just easier to say, okay, now we move the orange one or the blue one, and then they have little like animal heads on them, and really cute, not very long, just like about that long, 7 inches long, maybe 8, not very, so it fits in their little hands, and we really enjoyed this book, and I'm glad I pre-ordered it.
Likewise, I think the extras are super cute, and I'm glad that I have it now versus later. So I would definitely, if you could wait and see if you win it, but I would definitely recommend it for purchase. I didn't receive anything for that glowing review. I purchased mine. So.
Yeah, I purchased mine as well. The one thing that we did get was our giveaway copy.
To you.
And we are very excited about it.
Yes. I'm very excited. Like, I don't know. I was like emailing with Elena and like, I'm emailing with Elena. Like, woo!
No,
Fangirl.
This reminded me a lot of my Phoebe's sweater. And what's the blankets? Phoebe's sweater and somebody's blanket. Can't remember. He's a platypus. It's so cute. And then I have all 3 of their books, so I needed this one. I just didn't know it yet. And I guess I just figured that my daughter's at the right age for this, and if I didn't order it right away, I'd be really sad. So
yes, and I believe that it's got on the back. It's AnnieCanKnit.com.
Yeah, AnnieCanKnit.com. So yes, and this sweater's so cute. I might make it for first day of school.
Yeah.
And we got it for pre-ordering.
All right.
Yes. Okay. We have more things to talk about. Where are we at? Whips or
you want to talk about finished objects?
Sure.
As we often
I got a lot
do. You got a lot of them.
I missed. Eddie Pose. He's very cute. I thought he'd be bigger.
That's what she said. These things are in my head, and then I say them aloud, and then I say I'm sorry, and then Annette says, no, you're not really sorry. And then, sorry, that was a recanting of a VKN conversation.
So, we have an Eddie Pose. Done. We have a baby sweater for a coworker. It's like a little shrug, long shrug, because, hard to explain.
Yeah, it looks really wide. No.
Well, it probably is going to end up fitting like a 1.5-year-old. I'm looking at it and I'm going, okay, yeah. I knit the 9-month-old one because I wanted it to fit from 6 to 9 months when they're at that cute, like crawling, sitting up stage. but I think I overshot and got 1-year-old. But that's okay. Bigger they can grow into it.
And
Too
you said
small,
that you didn't
that's
take
okay.
enough with you somewhere?
I know, I did. I went down to my family's for Thanksgiving, and I brought those 3 projects, and I got them all done before I went home. Well, I can't say that. I ran out of yarn on the baby sweater, so I moved on to this one, and this took me the bulk of the rest of my days there. But on the way home, I finished this guy.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I almost didn't have enough.
It's beautiful.
Yes, it's very nice. I love the finished object. Blocking did miracles on it, because it's like many of those pie shawls, it just looked really scrunched and not very flattering until you got it on the wires and blocked out.
And it fits well?
Yeah, I think it's a good size.
Okay. That's what you
See?
Sorry.
Yeah,
I'm trying to lighten the mood. If I can interject quirky
Yeah.
comments, it makes me smile at least. So.
Yeah. And that is
Only 3 FOs,
yeah.
Monogamy, it just, you never get anything done.
Hey, now I had a good start on a lot of these. It was finishing projects that was happening.
So it was the other part of your crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not the monogamy part. Because Lord knows, let's not give monogamy any credit. All right, those are your FOs?
Yep.
So I think I'm going to preface my, I tried to do my Pomme de Pen sleeves, cap sleeves, picked up stitches, but because the pattern has a 2 decrease, a double center decrease, a CDD, center double decrease, in it, it puckered really funny. So then I ripped all that out, and I picked back up the stitches, and I tried it again, but I worked some rows flat before I started going back and forth, and then it didn't look right. It didn't match the rest of it, because in this cardigan, there's ribbing, and then there's this pattern. There's no like blank spots where you're just doing stocking knit, so it looked wrong. So there was a reason why the designer wanted me to do this from the bottom up, and this got put in timeout because I was really frustrated with it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I instead knit these sleeves, aka socks. Jeez. My husband has ginormous feet, and just to tell you how generous Marigold Jen skeins are, I still have this amount left with these very generously large, size 12 feet and almost as tall, because that's how my husband likes them, socks. And I've decided, instead of calling this is how much this is how much I love you, I'm calling it Divergent Roads, and I'll be eventually writing the pattern up. I've got some other pattern work I'm supposed to be doing, so I'm trying to tell myself that I can't, but it's got a gusset heel. I really like a gusset heel on a toe-up sock, because you don't end up picking up stitches. You just increase and then you work back and forth like at an applied edging. And that is why I don't like gusset heels, ultimately, is because I have to pick up stitches and I never look right. And if I can just decrease, knit 2 together, always looks right. So yeah, it just has a patterning piece that one goes straight and the other one runs away and goes around the back of the, and he's got so many stitches. This is a 76 inch, yeah, 38
Not
times
inch.
76 stitch, sorry. They didn't come together before I ended, but beautiful. One of the socks has definitely more pops of darker color, but that's what you get with hand-dyed wonderful yarns. Each one is a unique piece of art. And he wanted to wear these today. I felt like I was fending off my family. Like, you can't read that book. You can't open the puzzle.
Yeah.
You can't wear those socks yet. You have to show them on the show.
Exactly.
But yes, very generous skeins. Still have a lot left. I ran out with my Lorna's laces when I knit those the Cookie slide socks, I believe. Ran out. Had to rip the toe out and make it shorter. but this I had enough of.
Cool. It's good to know.
Yep, that's a finished object, and then I'd already talked about my works in progress. The only thing that I didn't talk about in the Pomme de Pen was instead of grafting or seaming the stitches, I think she said seaming the stitches, I just did a 3-needle bind off on my collar. So this is where I'm going to be insetting the sleeves. Sleeves are interesting as well. You don't do any like shaping. It's just solid until you get to here, and then you work flat. So I don't think
I've seen that in cozier,
Yep.
when they're big and cozy.
And then I did the I mean, this is definitely a Positive Ease cardigan.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Positive Ease, cozy. Whatever.
And then I did the buttonholes, or the button band.
Okay.
So picked up 5 gajillion stitches and knitting some rib.
So now you just have sleeves left.
I do just have these sleeves, and then I will be down to my 1 pair of socks, and then I am going to cast on my beatnik. It started. I made that wonderful statement last week that it wasn't bothering me. I'm adaptable, and then it was starting to bother me. I'm like, I can't cast on another cardigan. I had 2 cardigans on the needles. I'm down to 1. Let's just finish this one because I want to wear it, and then I'll cast on something else. But I did work this other sleeve. I was going to try to do them 2 at the same time, but it got too, I was alternating skeins. There was 4 cords. I felt like I was an octopus. Yeah. And then there's some decreases on the edges, and I'm holding stitches over here so that when I come back around, it just got to be too much. So just ended up taking that off. But yes, I will be casting on the beatnik. I will be doing the Nemesis socks. I've decided for this DP Temple. For some reason I want to say DT Pimple. Sorry, DT Temple. DP Temple. Ugh, did it again. And then I don't know if I'm going to get my 12 sweaters in 2012. Cicely Glowick McDonald. Okay, all done.
Oh, well, you've only missed the one, right?
This would be the one that I would miss.
Okay.
I've done all of their designers. I did Hohi and.
You have some Cicely patterns hanging
I
around.
do. I have the patterns. I just have to get the time to do them because I have a bunch of 4 goods. I measured heads or.
Oh, that's right. You have a.
Yeah, I have Christmas knitting.
Yes.
That I put off until December. So.
Yeah.
What are you working on? Works in progress 1 over there.
Yep, 1. So this is my. It's like a retro.
It looks like a bikini when you hold it up like that.
But
Itsy bitsy teeny.
it's got a, it's gonna stretch quite a bit. But it's I don't know, like, I imagine like Tempted's like pinup girls in one of these sweaters, right? It's a short sleeve, and it's kind of hits you at the waist, and it's very like, I don't know, I expect you to have one of those 50s bras on when you're wearing it, because it's an adapted pattern from an older pattern, so they've modernized it only slightly. There were a lot of people out there that said that they could have done more to modernize it. But I liked it, and the main reason I started it way back when was because it was a super sock stash busting sweater, because I have. There are 5 colors in here.
Oh, 5.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, the white.
4.
Okay. I didn't see the white.
It's only 4, I guess. But, yeah. Yeah, because it goes back to pink in there. Anyway, so it's mainly this.
No, it's 5. It's blue, white, pink, maroon.
It's just 4. Okay. Looks like 5. So I am going along on this one. I think that the colors I chose are going to be ones that I like for a long time, I hope. Because that's one thing I noticed on the project pages for this sweater. Like, some people ended up saying, I really like the sweater, but I ended up hating the colors by the time I was done, right? Like, they loved it when they started it, but by the time they finished it, they were like, "What was I thinking? Lemon with like they didn't like the color combo."
Well, when you've got 4 to choose, sometimes it's hard.
Yeah, so I think I like the way I ended up. And if you look at my project pages, I did swatch like an ugly combination that I did not like, and I ripped out completely. So, and it had most of these colors except the white was a variegated. And I'm like, what was I thinking? So went back to a nice semi-solid, and yeah, it's moving along fast. When I picked it up, it only had
a little bit.
Yeah, it only had up to the teal, the first teal grouping. So that is that. So this is the back, I think. Back or front, whatever, choose one. They're all knit to the armpits. Again, I wanted to do seaming just to keep the structure, just the way the garment was. I figured that would be best. That and the pattern, the way it's written, I think it's easier for me to go back and forth on. And then I have all of these things hanging out on the side. Look at all the ends. That is some craziness. But I'll seam it, hide them all in the seam, be good. Rather than having a jog or something, I'll just be able to hide all my seams in the side.
Sounds good to me.
Yep. So that is it. I can go on to acquisitions. I'm going to get a drink. I do feel like a Lucky McLucky Pants because I have things that were acquired by the generosity of others.
Yes.
Rista 1313, Cave Bag Girl, or
Girl Cave Bag. Now you owe her $1.
Jinx, you owe me a Coke.
Yep.
Sent me this lovely squirrel, and it matches Megan's. Or wait, the giveaway. That's not yours.
No, the giveaway has one.
Oh, okay. So we all have 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've been keeping her busy.
Okay. So, and it does have the lovely things that Amy Beth had shared in the bag. So I got a Lola bar and a tea. Exciting things. And then when those hearts came
from Joanna Spring.
I got some. Yours are apples. Oh, they're adorable.
She says, Megan, I hope you enjoy these apples, Joanna. And when I read it, I was like, infinitely more funny if you could have said, how do you like them apples, Joanna? Just marketing wise, how do you like them apples? But they're very cute. I do like them.
So I think you're all going to be jealous of these, and I will hold them up as close as I can because the detail in them is crazy. Amy, I hope you like these Firefly-inspired ones. We have a Jane hat, a strawberry, hand of blue, and a Wash's dinosaur.
Yee. Isn't that fun?
And I guessed them all except for the hand of blue. I don't know why my brain did not come up with that. It's a blue hand. Why didn't I come up with that? But I got, Wash's dinosaur right away. Oh, he's so cute. And the strawberry, of course. And then the Jane's hat is really cute. So, thank you very much. These are very, very cute.
Yes.
They will be prized.
All of these things that just ended up coming with the KAL prizes were so nice and
very generous.
I came home from Thanksgiving and I was like,
yeah, they all came to her.
I'm like, honey, I did not buy these, I promise. There will be more yarn coming that I did buy, but I did not buy these, I promise. And then we were both generously gifted a Cakewalk yarns.
Mine is called Sudden Valley.
And mine is Hero Squad.
I didn't mean to step on you. The very generous Rose.
Yes, very generous Rose. Who has crazy yarns, splatters, and so fun.
Totally gonna be a future design.
You think so?
Oh yeah, totally. I like making stuffies out of crazy yarn like this, and so totally gonna wind this up and use it.
Adorable buttons, Rose.
Oh yeah, those are cute.
Amy said she was gonna steal yours off of the KAL prize if she didn't have one, but she sent 3, so. Yeah. Amy's like, I didn't tell you that you could say that.
It was more like I didn't know that that some of the yarn was for us, and so I said to her, well, I was going to take the button if the yarn was going
But
to...
if the yarn's attached, awesome.
Yay, bonus.
And then as a surprise, Girl Cave Bag sent me this large bag. I sent her the Thneed Knitting Factory fabric, and she custom made a large sweater bag for me.
That's so cute.
So I can put my Pitaloop sweater bag in it and still have room to put the sweater in and zip it. So that's nice. I'm stoked about that. I'm just saying, I wouldn't necessarily put this bag in it. I'm just saying I put the contents of this bag in it.
And my mom sent me home with some nice goodies, but I am going to have to wait because I left them at home. So you'll see them next week.
And the trees on the inside. I didn't send her that fabric. She got it. But she told me to tell you guys that you can't request her to make a big one like this. And she told me not to show it on the show, and I said, but I have to. You can't send me. That's the worst gift ever. You can't send me something and then say, you can't show any of your knitting friends this beautiful bag. So, custom made large sweater size. And now I can use it. See? Another thing I was prolonging the enjoyment on.
I did have one thing that I purchased that came to the house.
Oh, that came fast.
I know.
You just got it on Friday, didn't you?
I know, I did. So this is from some enabling that happened on Plurk. It's from
Imagine that.
Alaskan Nancy Etsy shop from Anchorage, Alaska. Ordered it Black Friday, and it was promptly shipped and got to Minnesota. Not today, I guess. I just got it today. So Tuesday. Not bad at all. This is some self-striping, and I forget how many colors are in here. 6? Yeah, I think at least 6. So pretty.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty. I love it.
I definitely looked, but did not buy.
Yeah. She had one that was like rainbow black, rainbow, you know, like the colors of the
black,
orange, black,
yellow, black.
It was really cool. But I think I was clicking around on her shop looking at all the different things, because she had other things out there. All the lovelies, you know, not just self-striping. And something about this color combo, like it's a dark foresty green, a lighter green, a yellow, an orange, a blue, and a purple. Oh, I don't know what it was about this combo that
very
just
visually appealing. I would agree.
Super cool. Mm-hmm. So this is Russian Fairy Tale, and you can all be awesomely jealous.
Mm-hmm.
I had, after I said I purchased it, it's gone, it's all mine. I had 2 people say that I really like my socks out of it. So there was at least 2 people out on Plurk that had acquired this before me and gave it a big thumbs up.
Awesome.
So I'm excited. This will be fun.
I bought at Personal Threads these 2 lovelies. One of them will be in the Crazy KAL as a prize, and one of them will be mine. I can't decide which at this point. But it is Stonehenge Fiber Mill Crazy. And from what it says out on Ravelry, this is, Stonehenge does the shepherd's wool. Mm-hmm. And this is their mill ends that they've 2-plied into crazy variegating colorways. Mm-hmm. I think it'll probably end up striping. And I kind of want to make one of those hats like Hollywood Knitter, Allison, that I think it's by Lee Meredith, that you like, it looks like it goes wavy.
Oh,
it's like the wavy hat, maybe is what it's called.
Could be.
But I think that these would look really nice in that. Those 2. So
it's kind of interesting because it really is like millins plied together, because there's a like what looks like a 2 or 3 ply plied with a single ply, but it's in the middle of the yarn.
Mm-hmm. And that really one has like a blue and white, and then a yellow and blue, and a blue and yellow, like,
yes,
it alternates. This one is more the blue, dark blue and light blue and dark purple and light gray.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Like it doesn't. There's none of that crossover
Yeah.
between the colors like there is in that one.
It's
But they were fun, and they
Very
were. I think they were like $10 a skein. It wasn't bad. I
Oh,
actually
okay.
I've never felt shepherd's wool before. I know it's a real workhorse yarn that people use, and it's really soft. I think it's softer than Cascade, but I read like out on Ravelry that people said that it pills worse than Cascade. So it's just 100% wool, but I think it's really soft. And I did feel the shepherd's wool at the same time as I felt this. So goodness,
Sorry.
that was my purchases. I'm a bad online shopper. I went to a local yarn shop and then went back or I think it was the day before. That's my official excuse. Day before.
I
bought a bunch of
actually,
stuff online.
I forgot that I had talked about my local yarn shop. I'll get my purchases out. Oh, cute. Little wacky cup. Wacky Woolies. Wacky Woolies, Ireland. Very cute.
Multicolored, happy.
And then I always buy wool wash when I don't know what to buy. So I bought some wool wash. This is the grapefruit.
Doesn't fit in the cup. Sold.
And then I had to buy these 2 cards.
3 sheeps to the wind.
3 sheeps to the wind and bad to the bone. They're punny. We love punny.
The I think was pretty obvious.
So, very cute cards. They're from Knit Ba Pearl. I believe she made the little tags that we got. So, that was that. That is all.
All right, we're at almost an hour.
Yeah.
I don't think there'll be any large editing, so
No. Bye.
bye, Ufta. Take care.